Stop abandoning yourself out of fear that they're going to get angry. Because then if they get angry, they're either going to leave, they're going to reject you. And what is that going to mean about you? A lot of it is that fear of what is that going to mean about me? And you abandon yourself by not being true to yourself. You end up doing things always to accommodate them, to keep the peace, just in case. Yet then you end up abandoning yourself. And depending on that other person and how they are, you really want to observe how are they with this power over you? Because you are giving away your power. You're giving them your power. How do they use it? Now, I've had people in my life, because I've been in this space before of abandoning myself for another out of fear that they were going to leave me or reject me, depending on the situation. And let me tell you, they took advantage of it big time. So you also want to observe that, because do you want to be with someone that actually takes advantage of that fear you have, that part of you? Or are they really loving and nurturing and want to help you through that or support you through that fear? Because they don't want you to be scared of them. They're confident enough in their own not to need you to be in fear in order to be with them either, right? Because if you're attracting that kind of partner in your life, it's it's a mirror effect. You guys are showing each other's wounds. That's usually a karmic relationship, right? In order to look at it and be like, whoa, I gotta wake up. And let me tell you, I was in one of those, and I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Because I was actually trying to convince myself to accept his lying. Yeah, one of my core values is honesty. And so I was trying to accept it's okay to lie. And then it hit me as I was doing this. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, like
Hit me like a
pop
ton of
right over the
bricks,
head,
like
pop right over the head. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I trying to convince myself that lying, like it's okay? Oh my God. So yeah, the only thing you're gonna do is end up abandoning yourself. And I did. I abandoned myself. And because of that, my energy just depleted and it affected every area of my life: career, finances, some friendships. Like it was incredible. And of course, it comes down to childhood. What parent or guardian that you had would get angry? And when they got angry, something would happen where you felt abandoned, right? It could be, so a lot of times it happens for women, it's the father or a male guardian. For men, it's the female, the mother, the guardian. And what happens, and it could be so innocent. Like it could be a moment where that person gets angry, they get angry at you, the child, being a little child because they think you did something wrong, whatever was going on. And they had to leave for work. And then when they came back, they were in a miserable mood. So they still didn't really talk to you because they were all in their head. And they were probably like that for a few days because they were all in your head, in their head. So, but as a child, you don't know this. So you see that as abandonment. If I get this person angry, oh my God, they're not going to talk to me. They're going to be distant. I'm going to be abandoned. I'm going to be left. They don't love me anymore, blah, 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 right? Or the rejection piece. They get angry and they really like put you down. They shame you. There's a lot of shaming. So they really squish you and shame you and make you feel like you're absolutely nothing. And then what happens after these, you know, moments repeat themselves? It usually doesn't happen from one moment. It's usually repetitive as when you're a child. But then as you get older and as time goes on, you start to then attract situations that actually show you exactly how you feel inside of you. So yeah, I'm going to close this up with: be mindful of how you're abandoning yourself. Okay. And I do have some tapping videos if you want to dive into those on releasing that fear, releasing that intensity within your body of being abandoned or rejected by another, and on the reasons of why you're actually doing it to yourself, right? Why are you abandoning and rejecting yourself? Why are you looking outside of you instead of within you. And if you want to get really, really detailed, like you're ready to do some inner work, like get in there, you can contact me at one of the links below or in my bio.